Good evening, everyone. So let's move on from floods to bushfires, wildfires that are another major problem in Australia. Not that much in the recent times, but certainly were in the past and might be in the future, considering that the effects of climate change and the weather is becoming unpredictable year after year. So you might get drier seasons. Anyhow, so one idea, the first proposal that I have is that if wild or bushfires are spreading more fast rapidly due to dryness, warmer temperatures, what if we can artificially increase humidity inside forests? For that you would need water, but luckily in the case of Australia, there is lots of seawater available. Now, it might not be viable to use fresh water because that might be difficult to obtain in case of drier conditions because it will be more useful for humans. But seawater is something that you can, so this is just one of the possibilities of using seawater. You have large containers, I don't know, 15 feet tall, let's just say, something like that, and 2 3 feet, 2 3 is less, 4 5 feet wide, and you connect all of these with an underground pipeline or something like that, and you place all of them throughout the forest, especially at the very least in areas near residential places where uh, people are living, or areas where there is wildlife that needs to be conserved better, like koalas or something like that. So these are like, they would be open from the top, these containers, so that the water can evaporate. How would you prevent birds or something like that falling inside them and dying? Well, you could probably put a mesh on top of that. The pro would be that because the humidity would be increasing by natural process of evaporation, the evaporated water would actually be pure water, or I mean, it would be fresh water, not the seawater, because salt would be left at the base as residue. There can probably be a mechanism, or you would need to physically do regular maintenance to get rid of that salt on a regular basis so it doesn't compile up too much or something like that. Refilling the water and stuff, but still, this is just one of the possible ideas which we can play a bit more with and can certainly be tested to see its viability. But yeah, it's an alternative. Artificially fixing the dryness element, that is a bigger problem, which is one of the leading causes of bushfires, because they spread quite rapidly due to dry bushes and all of that. And I think it will also help with the flora and fauna, replenishing their overall aquatic reserves a bit more quickly, as well as helping with recovering the animals that are dependent on those plants, and then the animals that are dependent on those animals that are dependent on those plants. Like the food chain would work a bit better.